All right, guys, what's going on? This is day 38 of the Squat Every Day. And today was just a heavy back squat single before I hit my clean and jerks and then just some accessory work, which I'm going to show here later. So in the warm-up, I guess let's recap. So yesterday I did a heavy front squat and some back offsets and then a heavy snatch and then just a little bit of upper body work. So coming into today's session, I had a little bit of quad soreness, but definitely not as much as last week's. This is the second week of this month and the second week of the cycle. And last week, definitely the added volume got to me. But despite that, I hit a pretty good number last week with the back squat. So I was hoping to really, I felt good today. So I wanted to maybe try and push it and see if I could get a little more on the back squat today, which we'll see how that goes here. So this is just me kind of warming up. Some things I'm really focusing on here is just trying to get that bounce back. And the first month I spent a lot of time with pauses and all that stuff, and I just am trying now to get that back. So the legs today, once I put on about 225, 102 kilo, definitely felt the legs were feeling. The quads are feeling a little tired, just a little tired in that lockout, which is typically my sticking point. And I've been doing a couple things like box squats to address that. But like I said, today's goal was to work up to a heavy single. And, when I'm looking at my numbers, and I think it's important sometimes when we get caught in the moment and we want to get greedy with numbers, and I may have gotten a little greedy today, is that when I look at my numbers from today and from even yesterday, 150 kilo front squat, 109 kilo snatch, and then today worked up and hit 5 pounds less than I did last week. But when I take all that into consideration, then I'm, almost 40 days of straight squatting, definitely seeing the progress. I know I'm putting in the work, and I know based on just the numbers that I've been hitting the first cycle in terms of my squats, the trend is moving upwards. So I think that's important for people when they're journaling and keeping it up there, is to just look at the overall. Obviously I have to try and have a day-to-day progress sometimes, but look at the overall, this week compared to 4 weeks ago or 8 weeks ago. And that's something that I really enjoyed about this process, was being okay with not being perfect every day, just kind of getting under the bar, doing the work, putting my effort in. So here's 390 pounds, or about 177 kilo. It felt pretty good when I unracked it, and I've been feeling pretty good on racking things. Definitely got caught a little grindy in the midway point. So when I finished that, it was heavy. I could have been good with it, and I got a little greedy here because I wanted to hit 400 or 182 kilo on the back squat to start the day. Last week I hit 180, 395, and I had good progress yesterday, so I got a little greedy here. Rode it out and just didn't have any leg drive, missed my bounce. And I think realistically looking back, it was mental. I just was okay with the 390, and I knew I didn't have it in me just based on the legs. So note to self on that one. So today, sometimes I'll go from the hang, sometimes I'll go from the floor. Kind of depends on how my body's feeling and my legs, especially in this cycle. I originally wrote a bunch of programming up, and squatting first, which I'm putting that there because I want to really prioritize my squat. I know that if I put the work in on my squat, my lifts will go up. And you can see there I was tapping my legs. They just feel a little sleepy, especially after the front or the back squats, and then from yesterday's volume. So started doing hangs here. And, I just, at some point I was thinking that I just wanted to switch over to the full lift, just because that's kind of the competition lifts. I'm trying to stay as specific as I can. But I will say this, my cleans themselves, again, I wasn't entirely happy with today. But when I take a look at the past month, hitting 125 or 130 kilo on a clean and jerk, that's about 90% or just under. that definitely wasn't happening the first month. I mean, the first month I was struggling at times to even clean this. My legs were just beat. So definitely wanted more out of today, but when I take a step back and I really look at everything, it's just a good, consistent day on a day that I didn't necessarily feel amazing. I got some consistent numbers and numbers that I would have been happy with last month. So understanding it's a process, and I'm putting the work in, so I'm seeing it there. So again, just things felt a little forward on me today. I just think my legs, I didn't have the leg drive, didn't have the strength out of the hole, and whether that's just from the past couple of days of squatting, yesterday's volume, or back squat heavy today. So this is 120 kilos. Just caught it out front, crashing me a little bit. And the jerks felt solid though. So last week I hit a 345-pound split jerk from jerk blocks. So I was happy about that to see how these were moving, because even jerks were difficult last month. 280 just crashed, and I think part of me is I just wasn't committing to the lift. Kind of knew my legs were gassed. So that's something I mentally have to work on. So I ended up dropping back down to power cleans to maybe try and wave back up. I knew my legs weren't there, but I felt I had some in my pole, so I wanted to work that there. So that was 112 kilo. This is 116 kilo, 255. Power cleans felt pretty good. Felt really good locked in with my lats. Jerks felt solid. So I ended up just going back up and waving back up. So this is 120 kilo here for a power clean and jerk. And again, just staying over top the bar, really working on getting that strength in that first pull. And then I decided, again, I got a little greedy here. I decided to try 125 power clean, which my best power clean is about 132 kilo. So this is 125 kilo, 275 pounds. Definitely didn't have that power, and I kind of dropped into that. But, that's a good important thing is, a good power clean, if your power clean can transition over to the full clean if you can sit in a good squat and kind of go right into it. So that at least with the silver lining there. So after that clean session, I kind of hung the hat up after that. And then I have been incorporating these. So this is just a wide grip, like a snatch grip row, bent over row, a little bit of a pen lay row with a little bit of body English here. So I just kind of worked up to some fives here at 225. I think I did 4 or 5 sets, resting, 90 seconds, 120. And this really just, I really like this exercise. I got a little bit of a little cheating here, but this exercise is really added some good, just DOMs to my back, training it heavy, really feeling good tension development in that setup. So I did that, and then I backed off and did a couple sets of probably 10 to 20 reps based on kind of how I felt, just backing off. And then I finished up with some weighted dips and a little bit of shoulder pressing, which won't be videoed here, but that was kind of the day today. So all in all, I was pretty happy with this. And tomorrow I'll be hitting some front squats, a little more leg volume, like Monday on leg volume, and some jerks. So I will post that up here. And let me know what you guys think about these videos, or any questions you have on squatting every day, or Olympic weightlifting, or just bodybuilding, hypertrophy work, and how to integrate that to gain some size. Take care.